like very impressed, like the playing out and the expression used in those parts. But there are some parts that are a little bit too fast. Like we need to hear more of the harmonics in some, or there's a harmonic problem. Maybe just connect a bit more.
Bring the score next time.
There are parts that slowed a bit down, like, but at the last part when you played like that last section was like this the slow part, yeah. That was really the only part where I heard kind of like gradually decreasing tempo. So the accelerando, it's a bit too fast. Like it should, and then once I really want to hear it go back to the tempo one at the part where it's where we kind of marked it. Yeah, but overall, a lot of the sections, like I just want to hear like a greater balance between, and then like and when the cello plays like the dum dum, like you should support more. Like you should support the group a lot. Yeah, when you play this. So. Anything else I should say?
Thank you. So this is a reading session, so I'm just going to pick up on a few things because that was very instructive for them, and also about how to communicate with the quartet. I'd never heard that word before. From my perspective, it sounded amazing. I thought they did a wonderful job, absolutely wonderful job. So the very first things out of your mouth after something like that should be, that was truly amazing. You sounded fantastic, wonderful stuff. And here I have my score, and these are the exact spots in which I would like you to do X, Y, and Z. So the previous two composers, Margaret and David, that's what they were doing. And I know you have less experience with the reading session, so that's why I want to encourage you to always have that. So they'll be able to do much more of what you want them to do, the more specific you can be with them. Because the comments you're making just now were a little broad. And so I know they're all fantastic musicians, and they'll be able to take what you say and, kind of like a light switch, make it all happen. But if you can be more specific, you'll get even closer to exactly how you have it envisioned up here. Because I could tell when you're walking up, you have a very clear idea of what you want this piece to be and how it needs to be, which is wonderful. That's what a composer should do. So the more specific you are. I'm going to give you one quick story. How many of you know Aaron J. Kernis? Anyone? He's a Pulitzer Prize winning composer, and he's visited a couple of times our summer composition workshop, and he came in, and one of his stories is early on in his career, he wrote a work that got read by the New York Philharmonic. So pretty good group. And they played this work, and the conductor was like, we nailed it. It was fantastic. You did an incredible job. And Aaron J. Kernis came up and expected to get that, at least the conductor expected to get that kind of reaction from Aaron. And Aaron instead was like, yeah, it was okay, but there are a few things that need to be fixed. And he was very, very particular, though. He took out his score and said, you need to do this, you need this, you need this, and this. And then he kind of transformed the work, because the work went from being like Beethoven-esque, or Brahms-esque, or Mozart-esque, to being a work by Kernis. And after they made all those changes, the conductor, by the way, was really livid at the time. Couldn't believe that this arrogant little 19-year-old was telling him what to do. But at the end, he got the right product. Okay. So when you guys are playing this work, I just said, like, whether it's like Brahms or Mozart or Mendelssohn or whatever, are you thinking of a particular composer, or do you? What do you have in mind? What kind of sound or concept do you have in mind when you're playing this? Or are you just like, oh, I'm just going to get a really good blend?
I guess the idea of the descriptions he provides in the movement, just the dispute, the names he gives for the string quartets, the dispute and the repute. kind of give us an idea of how to play it.
So you tried really hard at the first movement to like disagree with each other?
Sure.
So, what do you think?
I mean, at first I thought it was more of the Baroque type, but when we talked about it, we kind of realized that it was more like argumentative, and we kind of got more of a, not, I want to say romantic, but more like longer phrases like that. So, yeah.
Is there something you think he could do to kind of, in the music, to help you achieve what he was just talking about better? Like for instance, when I look at the music, I see that it says die chord equals 75, so you know exactly how fast to play it, but you don't, other than the title of the work, you don't have any other sort of content below that. And there's no sort of expression markings like play this dolce, or play this expressively, or play this here you are the solo, or markings like that. I mean, would that be helpful? Yeah, okay. Okay. I think yes. What were you thinking as your plan?
Well, after we talked to him, he talked a lot about, like Sean was saying, at first we were playing a Baroque, but then he said legato, and I think that specifies the whole entire first movement could be more legato, and I think in the music he could be more clear, because we talked about how he wants to slur a lot more. So if you could just put that in, and then put in legato, and then maybe even put more expression markings on the nuances and all that, that would be really helpful.
You heard it here. Yeah, so you can always put in a bit more. How about you?
In the second movement, I think when we first started out, we played it way too fast, and then he told us he wanted it to be like some sort of Bach chorale, so then we tried to slow it down, and I guess it still wasn't slow enough.
Now, Leland, you come from a very vocal background, right? Yeah. So, what was it like writing for string quartet? Is this your first time writing for string quartet? Isn't that incredible? So what was it like writing for this medium instead, this instrumentation?
I guess more like what I thought about when I wrote it, or yeah, as a singer, I kind of strive for the slower parts. Like people told me to like add a slow part in there, you know, not just make it like completely fast. So that's why I kind of added that second part. But yeah, when I was thinking of that part, I was actually thinking of like something resolving in the